Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Tuesday the 13th of August 2019, and we're commenting upon official reports this morning that the United States is ready to make a trade deal with the United Kingdom as soon as Brexit occurs. And we assess what this means and whether it will actually happen. We also allude to a potential behind closed doors deal that Boris Johnson has made with Washington regarding Iran. Having just met with new British Prime Minister and allegedly Donald Trump lookalike Boris Johnson at number 10 Downing Street, John Bolton, the 27th National Security Advisor of the United States, has stated that the United States supported a no-deal Brexit and added that Washington will propose an accelerated series of trade deals with Britain. He accentuated this by stating that the UK is, quote, first in line, unquote, for a trade deal with the US, though he did add that this was likely to be carried out on a sector-by-sector basis, with an agreement on manufacturing being agreed first. A series of agreements could be carved out, quote, very quickly, very straightforwardly, unquote, he added. However, financial services, Britain's major USP and global financial strength, and agriculture would not be the first to be agreed. Politically, Bolton also helped Johnson by stating, quote, the fashion in the European Union, when the people vote the wrong way, from the way that the elites want to go, is to make the peasants vote again and again until they get it right, unquote. And this will certainly embolden all those who voted in favour of Brexit. He also made clear that the United States government, quote, fully understands, unquote, that Brexit is the UK's first priority, and said that issues like Iran, China and Huawei could be put off until after the UK leaves the EU. Now, it's worth bearing in mind that the United States goods trade surplus with the United Kingdom was $5.5 billion in 2018, an 85.9% increase over 2017. And it also has a services trade surplus of an estimated $13 billion with the United Kingdom, again in 2018, up to 2.7% from 2017. So apart from a recent natural devaluation of sterling, there is little President Trump has to fear re a favourable trade deal. But that said, we now move on to what we regard as the trade-off or the quid pro quo for such a deal, and want our subscribers, you, to listen to this, please, most carefully. At the end of last week, we hinted that there would be an announcement vis-à-vis Iran, and to watch out for this carefully. Well, this next bit is the prelude to what we were referring to. We're now quoting the BBC here. Quote, Mr. Bolton also referenced Mr. Johnson's willingness to participate in Operational Sentinel, which aims to beef up the military presence in the Gulf in the face of tensions between the West and Iran, saying he was pleased as this reflects a change from the prior government, unquote. The prior government also being a Conservative government, we hasten to add. It is no secret that John Bolton is incredibly hawkish regarding Iran, and since Johnson has come into power, he too has been strengthening the political rhetoric against it. This deal is far more than it seems, and whilst it's too early to compare it with Tony Blair and George Bush regarding Iraq, we would be negligent if we totally disregarded this prospect. The fly in the ointment, however, for Boris Johnson is that there are moves in the British Parliament by the official opposition to call for a vote of no confidence in the government when it returns from its summer recess on the 3rd of September. If, as some fear, that vote of no confidence is supported by some Conservative backbenchers, particularly those who do not wish to come out of the European Union, then Johnson has almost 2 weeks to reinstill confidence, and if he fails to do so, a general election would be called before the 31st of October Brexit deadline, and if the Labour Party were to win, they are already committed to another referendum on the EU exit, with themselves as a party recommending to stay in. Now, there are a lot of assumptions here, and the timing is so tight, the prospect of this happening and succeeding is very slim, but it's not an impossibility. Meanwhile, both gold and silver are up today in both sterling and dollar terms, with gold at £1,262 or $1,523 and silver at £14.41 an ounce or $17.40. So in conclusion, there is apparent good news for the British economy post-Brexit, but also the possibility of Britain being tied into a potential military infraction with Iran in the not-too-distant future. With President Trump under constant fire and criticism in recent months, and now one of his closest TV advocates, Scaramucci, turning against him, the fear amongst his less hawkish advisers is that he may be forced to rush in, where, to quote a great poet Alexander Pope, quote, "where angels fear to tread," unquote. What do you think? Do share. We hope you have found this video interesting and informative, and if so, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media. Please ensure that you have subscribed to our channel and press the bell sign so that you are notified of any future videos. Also, kindly visit our website at illuminatisilver.com, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe either as a free or paying member for regular email updates and offers. Disclaimer: Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.